Is yoga good for athletes? A lot of athletes are always trying to look for the new cutting edge thing to give them some type of competitive advantage. But there are some certain things that you need to take into consideration to see if it's the best option for you. Here are some pros and cons that yoga offers for some athletes. So, huge spoiler alert, there's way more pros than cons. Starting off, one of the major pros is range of motion. In every sport, or the majority of sports, you're doing some type of running motion, basketball, football, track, even tennis side to side. So if you're having some tightness in your shoulder area to where you're not able to get the full range of motion to pull your arm all the way back and forward again to get that momentum to help propel yourself forward, that could limit you. That's one thing that yoga can help with. And in various ways. Same thing with your legs, your quads. Increasing the range of motion will make you a better athlete, in summary. And that's one of the major things that yoga can help with. Things like downward facing dog, when you're pushing through your body and forcing your body to stretch and work those little muscles that don't get engaged on a daily basis, will really help you out in being able to get the full potential out of your body. The second benefit of yoga is simply giving you a great workout. And it's a unique type of workout that you can't necessarily replicate in the gym. Because in the gym, a lot of people have weights. They're either doing a push-pull or they're doing concentric and eccentric type of workouts. And not to go too deep into that, but concentric and eccentrics are your type of contractions that occur during a workout. So concentric is, let's say I have a dumbbell in my hand. As I'm curling it up, that is a concentric movement. As I'm bringing it back down, there's eccentric movements. Notice that both times I am moving the muscle. But what if we had some sense of stabilizing, in a sense, to where it offers a third type of contraction, which is isometric. And that occurs in a lot of the yoga movements. And that's where you see a lot of muscle stability occurring. Being in a warrior pose for a while, your quads are in a sense engaging and you're staying in that pose. So it's giving you a new, different type of workout that just isn't commonly done. Another huge benefit that yoga provides, and it's really two in one. I like to think of them as connecting benefits, in the sense to where engaging your core, but also incorporating breathing exercises. I know you always seen those like gym fail videos where people in the gym and they're trying to deadlift something and they just pass out. It's because they're not breathing. When you do not provide oxygen to your muscles, they cannot perform, and has detrimental effects to extreme cases when your body just shuts down and you just pass out. So if you don't know how to breathe, not on as a more minute scale, when you're running, you're lifting, or even playing football, in a sense where you're not implementing proper breathing techniques, you will get tired faster, you won't get the potential from your muscle, and you simply will result in not performing as well. So just another reason why I want to combine breathing with core engagement, because if you see, just simply look. As I'm exhaling, I am activating my core muscles to help me with not only just breathing exercises, but to really get them going, to help me execute movements like lifting up my leg, or simply turning from side to side. Your core is literally the core of your body. That's why they call it that. So if you don't have a strong core, then you will not be performing at the highest level. And one note, your core is not just your stomach, it's also your back. So engaging your back muscles in a bridge will allow you to have that same core stability and then transfer that over to some of your athletic movements, allowing you to perform much better than not having a strong core. So the potential con, and the reason why I say potential, because it's also dependent on the type of sport that you're doing and the goal you're trying to achieve by adding in yoga into your routine. This deals with the skeletal muscle fibers. There's two different types of skeletal muscle fibers. You have your fast twitch and your slow twitch. Your fast twitch muscle fibers are usually more closely knitted. This helps you with like your spring, your burst, short sprints. The more efficient your fast twitch muscle fibers are, the faster you're going to be in a short sprint. Now, your slow twitch muscle fibers, and I don't like the way slow because it gives like a negative turn, but your slow twitch muscle fibers, if you're more in abundance with that type of skeletal muscle structure, you're more inclined to run longer. You get less tightness while you're running because your body's built more for the endurance game. So really, fast twitch is for the 100-meter sprint type. Slow twitch is for the marathon runner, to give real life examples on which type of muscle fibers would cater to a specific goal. Now, bringing this back into yoga, too much of anything can hurt you. So if you are the football player, if you're the tennis player, you're the basketball player, you're the sprinter who needs those fast twitch muscle fibers, which allows you for the short, quick burst, and you're constantly doing yoga and staying in these holds for a while and stretching out, that can elongate the muscle, which would essentially reduce in more of a slow twitch muscle fibers environment. I don't want to say it's necessarily going to hurt you, but it could result in you not being able to essentially jump as high, you not being able to essentially be as quick that you once were before, just compared to the two different type of muscle fibers. Now, if you are that marathon runner and you are doing like long distance runs, you need their endurance and you're not necessarily worried about like quick explosion sprints, then yoga is for you. And even if you are a basketball player, football player, I'm not saying doing yoga once will have that effect. Everything in moderation. Maybe you only do it once or twice a week versus doing it 5 or 6 times a week. I definitely do think that yoga still can be beneficial for you. I would just say in moderation and much lower frequency than someone who, like I said, is that distance runner, due to the potential the difference in the skeletal muscle fibers that it warrants. So that's my analysis on yoga for athletes. It can be very beneficial. The one thing I would say is to know what you're trying to get out of it and gear your yoga strategy based off of that versus just doing yoga every day because people say it's good for you. Stay tuned. Please continue to follow me. If you have any questions, put them down below, and see you later.